Very good morning. In this video, we are going to see about Journey to the Interior by Margaret Atwood. She is a Canadian writer and she belongs to confessional school. Confessional school in the sense, after the Second World War, due to many disaster, people those who lived in those days, they had some kinds of psychological problems because they were not aware about what they have to do next after the disaster. In that case, some of the poets came forward to write poems on the mental struggles of the people. They were called as confessional poets. So, in that, we can see few women poets. They are like Emily Dickinson, Sylvia Plath, and then Margaret Atwood. So, myself is Mr. R. Aravindh. I have completed a MA MPhil B.Ed. Okay, now we are going to see the poetic lines of this poem. In this poem, the poetess she spoke about two types of journey. One is mind journey, that is called interior journey, and another type of journey is landscape journey, that is called exterior journey. Okay, so first we are going to see about the similarities of this both journey. So start with the poetic lines. I'm going to start with the poetic lines. There are similarities I notice that the hills which the eyes make flat as wall, welded together, open as I move to let me through. Okay, so if we are on a journey on the roadside, we may used to see the hills in a distance. It seems to us as a wall which is welded together because we cannot find any gap between the mountain in a distance. It was like a flat wall. So when we uh, go nearer to it, otherwise when we enter into the mountain, we could find some gap for our journey. It will let us to make our journey into that mountain. uh, uh, then it will show the way for our journey. Next, become endless as paradise. uh, then we can find a lot of grass in the mountain, lot of trees in that. Through that we have to make our journey. That the trees cross spinly have the roots often in the swamps. Okay, so often in the swamps, in the sense, for the better growth of tree, it need water. Swamps, we can find water in the swamps. It will be in a wet condition, so it is a better weather for the better growth of trees. But even though the trees has root in the swamps, it was not so stronger. So from this, the poetess tried to express the poor stage of the country. Then we can see that in the next lines, that this is a poor country in the sense, through the weakness of the tree, the poetess tried to express the poor stage of the country. So now we can see the mind journey or two from those lines. See, when we see a person, um, uh, that means when we don't have any relationship with them, that means deep relationship in a distance. If we see the person in a distance, we cannot see what he has inside himself, inside his mind, because he may be similar like a uh, flat wall. Okay, so when we start to have a relationship with him, when we start to analyze himself, we can find some kinds of sweet soul into himself, or uh, start our journey with himself. That means we are going to read the minds of that particular person. uh, in that we can find the way for our journey with that particular person. Okay, at the same time, our journey also, that means our interior journey also become endless, uh, and then in some cases our journey, even though we have very good connection with each other, in some cases our relationship also became weak, some kinds of, because of some kinds of misunderstanding. Okay, next, uh, that a cliff is not known as rough expected by hand. Okay, here the poetess tries to say that if we want to climb up in a mountain, the rock should be harder. If it is not harder, we cannot hold it, and we cannot climb upon the mountain, because our hand might expect some roughness in the mountain, because that will help us to hold it and make a journey safely. But there was no roughness as the hand expected. At the same time, in if we see the interior of human people, there some people may be very soft, some people may be very rough, no. Next, and is therefore inaccessible. So the destination is inaccessible in both journey, because if the mountain is not rough as the hand expected, we cannot hold it, and we cannot climb upon the mountain, and we cannot reach our destination like that. In human also, if there is no smoothness, or if there is no roughness which is expected by our mind, then we cannot reach our destination, and is therefore inaccessible. Next, mostly the travel is not the easy going. So in landscape as well as in mindscape, the journey is not easy going, because while we are on a journey, we may meet a lot of barriers. For example, if we travel in a forest, we may uh, be distracted by some kinds of misunderstanding. That means if we find any two ways while we are traveling, we may confuse ourselves in which way we have to go, which we have to choose. And then in mindscape journey, like interior journey, if we are diverted, then we will stop our journey, so we cannot move easily from one place to another. Okay, now we are moving to the next slide. From point to point, a dotted line on a map, location plotted on a square surface. Okay, so if we want to make any physical journey, we may need of help from map. So in a map, all the things is, that means some objects, they will be marked, they will be shown in a square surface. At the same time, the poetess said that it is not easy to travel from point to point on the map, because if we move from one point to another point while we are in a journey, we may meet a lot of problems. We may we may see any kinds of horrible animals, like poisonous snake. If we find that, then we will divert our way. We will move in next way, but the next way may be end in any middle of the forest. Then we will struggle ourselves to continue our journey. Next, yeah, it is similar in human mind also. If there is any kinds of misunderstanding, or if any kinds of struggles we faced, then we cannot continue our journey with that particular person, or with that sweet soul, or with that evil soul. Next, yes, but that I move surrounded by a tangle of branches. Yeah, in a landscape journey, in a forest or in a mountain, we could find a lot of branches. That means lot of ways for our journey. That means we may be in a circle. We may be in a circle. If we take uh, any other way, after found dangerous in that particular way in which we traveled previous, we will take another way, but the same way which we choose now, that will bring us again to the particular place where we met that danger. Okay, so next, it was like a circle, a net of air and alternate light and dark. So in some place of mountain, we may not have a tree that may show the light, but in some place it may have a lot of trees. So though there we cannot expect the light, there will be a darkness. Likewise, here the poetess uh, compared the light with the uh, good things of human. That means they will think about good things only. Okay, so we can see some good people. At the same time, dark has been compared with the evil things, so we can find some evil human also. Okay, for example, some people have both things, evil and good thoughts. Okay, we can easily cannot find out the people whether they are evil person, whether they are a good people, like that. At times, that there are no destination apart from this, like in both journey. After we find that person is evil, then we are not ready to make our journey further with that particular person. At the same time, after we found some danger in the forest, then we don't continue our journey. So apart from these things, the journey is difficult, as well as the destination also difficult. Okay, now we are going to see to the next slide. Okay, now we are going to see about the differences. Still now we have seen only the similarities. There are differences, of course, the lack of reliable charts. So in some case, in the forest, we may not have a exact chart for our journey. That means exact map we may not have for our journey. So in that case, uh, it may brings a lot of problems in our journey. Okay, next, more important, yeah, in a mind journey also, we cannot make any kinds of planned chart. We cannot travel according to the planned chart. More important, the distraction of small details. So if we uh, if we have any distraction by the small things, then we will left out our journey. You are so among the brambles under the chair where it shouldn't be loosened. Okay, so unfortunately, if we placed our leg or feet on the brambles, it may hurt, it may wound our feet. After that, we cannot continue our journey. We cannot continue our journey. But we should it should not be there. That means we should not place our leg on the brambles. But unfortunately, we did it, and then we cannot continue our journey like that. In human journey also, that means mind journey also, we may distract ourselves by uh, some kinds of misunderstanding between ourselves and that the person with whom we are traveling. Okay, next when sorry next uh, white mushrooms and a paring knife on a kitchen's table, a sentence crossing my path, sodden as a fallen log. I am sure I passed yesterday. Have I been walking in a circle again? Okay. Next, while we are in a journey, we may think about the white mushrooms with a knife on the kitchen table. It is the small things, but this small things of remembrance will distract the journey of ourselves. And then um, the poetess said that if we choose any different ways after we found a wood fallen on our way, uh, usually if a wood are fallen on our way, we should remove that wood from the way of us in which we are traveling. After that we have to continue, but uh, due to that fallen of wood on that way, we choose another way. But uh, it was like a circle. The way which we choose to once again bring to the same place. So that is what the poet mentioned. I'm sure I passed yesterday. Okay. Next, the poetess asked the question, have I been walking in circle again? Okay, that is why she raised that question, whether she was walk to the place once again. uh, Next, in mind journey also, we may be travel with some people. We may be analyzing some people. After we find a mistake with that person, we will choose another one for our journey. But the person which we whom we choose in the next, he also will be the same, and once again we will come to the particular place. Okay. Next slide. But mostly the danger, many have been here, but only some have returned safely. So while we are in a journey inside the forest or inside the mountain, as well as while we are traveling by mind, there are so many danger. Okay, but apart from the danger, some people only have returned safely. Some people only reached their destination. Uh, Due to some danger, some of the people left their journey, and they were struggling themselves inside the forest or inside psyche. Next para. A compass is useless. Also, trying to take directions from the moments of the sun. Okay, so in the forest, uh, okay, compass. It is used by military people for taking a true north direction in their journey inside the forest or anywhere else. Okay, if the place is unknown, they will try to find the true north by placing this uh, compass on the map, on the world map. Okay, in the world map there will be a place plus a mark, and then in the compass also there will be a plus mark and a needle. So they will try to bring the plus mark of both map and the needle in the same direction, that is known as true north. So by the help of, by finding out the true north, they will find the destinations, and in which way they are traveling. So at the same time, the movement by the movements of the suns also, they can find the directions. Okay, which are radioactive. When there was no sunlight, we cannot use this compass, as well as we cannot find the direction by the help of sunlight. Next, and words here are as pointless as calling in a vacant wilderness. So the words becomes useless. We cannot ask help from anybody else. We cannot ask any guidance from anybody else in physical journey as well as in the mental journey. Okay, because in physical journey we may not have any person to ask which way we have to choose, as well as in mindscape journey also we cannot ask the person about any particular people, or about our mental ability. That is not possible. Okay, next, whatever I do, I must keep my mind. I know it is easier for me to lose my way forever here than in other landscape. So that's why the poetess said that whatever we do, that means if we in which or the ways we are traveling, we must keep in our mind. Okay, that is why okay, then only we cannot we will not travel by the same way again and again, as the poetess said that she was in a circle again and again. Okay, so if we kept everything whatever the things we have done in the past, that will help us to choose the good way for reaching our destiny. Okay, for example, if we had misunderstanding with any other people, then we should keep as a lesson in our mind, so that will guide us to be aware of those people, and do be aware of our weakness. Then we won't do the things once again, and we will safely make our journey of mind. Next, at the same time, the poetess said that uh, that means the poetess said that she was very aware that she may lose her journey in that in the place where she is traveling now, or in some other landscape. Likewise, in both journey, we may lose our journey at any place. So we should keep everything in our mind. So now I have completed my poem. Okay, thanks to one and all for our cooperations.